right? And all these proud Americans, the so-called white man is the proud of the earth, man, right? He's proud to be an American, man. And this is stolen land, right? What the Lord said, he that buildeth the town with blood, right? This town was built on blood. Read what you got. Isaiah 47:1.
Book of Isaiah chapter 47 verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Hey, the Lord said, come down and sit in the dust. Talking about America, right? Her reign is over, man. Read.
Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take them out, take the millstone.
And so the Lord said this place is going to be no more called tender and delicate, right? Like the days are coming where death and destruction is coming here, man. Days are coming where America's reign is done, man. She's finished, man. Right? Read.
Take the millstone and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Your nakedness has been uncovered, man. Right? Shame is covering you, man. For what you have done, man. For your lies. Right? Read.
Thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
So the Lord said he's about to take vengeance on America. Right? Read.
As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
The Holy One of Israel, our Redeemer. Coming back to redeem the 12 tribes, man. Right? Coming to save us from our enemy and from the hands of all their haters, man. Read.
Sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughters of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
Hey, America's going to no longer be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Right? She's not going to no more be the place that people desire, the great melting pot, where all nations can come. Right? Read.
I was wroth with my people.
So the Lord said he was angry with his people. Come on.
I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thy hand.
He's given us into your hand. Right? We came over here on slave ships and built this country up. Right? Read.
Thou didst shew them no mercy.
And y'all didn't show us no mercy, man. Right? Read.
Upon the ancient hast thou very heavy laid thy yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Yeah, so America didn't remember the latter end. Right? She said that this kingdom don't last forever. Right? She said we're going to put them in slavery. We're going to treat them. We're going to tell them they niggas. We're going to tell them they black. We're going to destroy them. Right? And then everything's going to be all good. But the Lord said you forgot. You didn't think what your latter end was going to be. Right? Read.
Therefore, hear now this.
Hey, the Lord said, here it is. Right? Mr. So-called white man and you other nations. Read.
Thou that art given to pleasures, that dwelleth carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am.
Hey, because these people are dwelling carelessly, man, on stolen land. Right? They ain't got a care in the world, man. They think this is going to last forever, man. Walking on the bones and the blood of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Right? Just because you put the cement down and cover it up, right, don't take away from it. Read.
I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
Right. So the so-called white man said he think he's not going to have to go through this. Right? He thinking he's not going to have to suffer the things that he brought upon the other nations. The things that he brought upon the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read.
But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children.
The what?
Loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
So you trust in your wickedness, man. America go to country, bomb countries, right? Stealing oil, right? Stealing lands, changing the names of the land, pursuant to Psalms 49 and 11. Right?
Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee.
Right, so the Most High said your wisdom and the knowledge you have has perverted you, man. It's deceived you. You think the Most High don't see all your crimes and wickedness that you're doing. Think he don't see your sorceries, right, and your witchcraft. Read.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come.
Hey, that's what he say, man. That's why Donald Trump is standing in front of the world and say, I'm the chosen one. Look up to the sky and say, I'm the chosen one. Right? Read.
Therefore shall evil come upon thee.
Shall what?
Evil. Therefore shall evil come upon thee.
The Lord said, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Read.
Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and the desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Right, so the Lord said desolation is going to come upon you suddenly. Right, you ain't going to have no clue what's going on, man. Because the pride of thine heart has deceived thee. Right, read.
Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things.
Yeah, so the Lord is saying, hey man, let your scientists and your astrologers and your military, and let them stand up and save you, man. When the Lord come on the cloud with his angels and the chariots of salvation enter into this atmosphere, right? While America's trying to put together a space force, right, to fight against the Lord and his angels, and the Lord said, you're going to be utterly destroyed. Right? Read.
Behold, they shall be as stubble.
They shall be as what?
Stubble.
What is America going to be?
Stubble.
It's going to be stubble, like burnt ash. Right? Read.
The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
Hey, there's nothing going to be able to save you from the power of the flames, man. Read.
There shall not be a coal to warm it, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one of his quarters, none shall save you.
None shall save you. Right? So you don't have a savior. Right? America don't have a savior. Isaiah 14 and 12. Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12.
Book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Which did is what?
Weaken the nations.
So the Lord said, how are you cut down, man? Well, how this mighty nation is being brought down so low to the ground, man? Her economy is falling, man. Right? Her leadership is broken, man. She is finished, man. Because God is just, man. God is righteous. Read.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exact my throne above the stars of Yahweh.
Right, that's what he did when he went on the moon and put those satellites up there. And they out on Mars. You ain't going to Mars, man. Right? That's what he did when he went up there and he tried to be like the Most High, man. Read.
I will sit also upon the mountain of the habitations in the side of the Lord. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Hey, man, what did this man say?
I will be like the Most High.
Hey, you want to be like the Most High, man. Right? Read.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell.
What did the Lord say America's going to be?
Brought down to hell.
Going to be brought down to hell. Read.
To the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Hey, is this the man that dropped bombs right on Black Wall Street? Is this the man that dropped bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima? That made the other nations to tremble, this mighty nation America? Read it again, what the Lord said.
Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof?
And he destroyed the cities. He made the world as a wilderness, man. Right? He put all the seamen down, man. Brother Story, I know your nationality. What got American? Brother, why you got that American flag in your back pocket, man? Why you got that bloody flag in your back pocket, man? Jacobs, give me 1046, man. Jacobs destroyed. How you doing, brother? Read this, man. Pants sagging down, drawing. Hey, and this is what America has done to our people, man. Right? Read. That's why the Lord. Read that.
Book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
What the Lord said?
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
For lack of knowledge of self, lack of knowledge of the Most High, right? The knowledge of God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Give me that in Psalm chapter, I think, 34. Yeah, 59.
The book of Psalm, chapter 59, verse 1. Deliver me from mine enemies, O God. Defend me from them that rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, and save me from bloody men. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Lord. They run and prepare themselves without my fault, await to help me, and behold, thou therefore, O Lord, God of hosts, the God of Israel,
God of who?
Israel, await to visit all the heathen.
Visit who?
All the heathen.
Said await to visit all the heathen, man. To save us from our enemy, man. And to hand out all that hate us, man. So why are they praying, right, for the God of Israel to come and save them and destroy the heathen? How you doing, brother? Brother, come talk to me, brother. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Glory to God.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. To everything.
Are y'all proud to be an Americans? Huh? Oh, English. You're not American. Hey, at least they don't cry with brother, man. He's still mighty though, right?
To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to love, and a time to hate. A time to war, and a time of peace.
Right, so the Bible says a time and a season for everything under the heaven. It's a time to love, and it's a time to hate. It's a time for war. It's a time for peace. Right? So you got to know what times you're living in. Give me Habakkuk 2 and 3. Right? We're living in the last days, man. Judgment is coming, man. To America, man. Read.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
So the words of this book, man, is going to speak and not lie, man. Right? Read.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Isaiah 46 and 10. Let me pull up Isaiah chapter 46 and 10. Right? So when it comes, it's coming, man. It's not going to tarry, man. Right? Jacob's trouble is coming, man. World War III is getting ready to kick off, man. Right? All hell is about to break loose, man. Read.
Book of Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Well, the Lord said, man, it's already written, man. Right? Everything that's written in this book must come to pass, man. Give me Matthew 24 and 36. I don't know what they be doing, bro. They just stand up. You know what I'm saying?
Book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah.
So the Lord said nobody knows the day or the hour, but just like the days of Noah, right, the time before the flood, read.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So before the Lord make his return, it's going to be just like the days of Noah, man. Right? Everybody walking up and down to and fro, not knowing what's going on, man. Right? Read.
For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Right. So everybody just going about their life like nothing's going to happen, like this is going to last forever, man. Like America's not going to be destroyed for her crimes. Right? Read.
And knew not until the flood came.
Hey, they didn't know until the flood came. So when Noah was warning the people, telling them the flood is coming. How you doing, sister? You You know your nationality? You know your nationality? Come talk to us. Let's give you 3 minutes. 3 minutes of your time. Come talk to your brother. Just give us 3 minutes. We just want to talk to you. Huh? We want to show you who you are according to the Bible. What's your nationality, sister? We don't believe you. What is? Are you black? It's what? Read.
And knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
Yeah, what?
Took them all away.
It took them all away suddenly, man. So the Lord is saying, just like in the day of Noah, it's going to be the same way. Right? Right? Give me 2 Peter 2 and 5.
Look at 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 5. And spared not the whole world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a creature of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
Right, so the Lord came to destroy everybody on the earth except Noah and his sons, right?
And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow.
Right, and it was also Sodom and Gomorrah, man. How he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, man. So the Lord is a man of war, man. The Lord is a mighty king, man, who's just, man. Read.
Making them an example of those that are after should live ungodly. And delivered justified, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds.
Right, so you're supposed to learn from Sodom and Gomorrah. You're supposed to learn from the days of Noah when the Lord destroyed the earth with the flood. Because he said it's going to be the same way before the Son of Man returns. Right? And nobody's going to know what the hell's going on. Right? So if you coming like a thief in the night, how do you prepare for a thief? Right? You can't. Right? Because he's going to come when you least expect it. Right? So he set up his men to come and warn the nations before he destroys the earth, man. Give me Job 22 and 12. Job 22 and 12.
Look at Job chapter.
Brother, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? All right. You know your nationality? All right. Don't give us 5 minutes. Talk to your brother. We got here for you. What you saying right now?
You know what they say.
Right, what do you believe? What do you believe you are?
I really don't know, man.
So, man, who you are? It's very important in this language, man.
It really ain't, man.
You don't care?
You got to live as righteous as you can, man, and get as close as you can.
So what is living righteous?
What you mean living righteous?
Are you living righteous?
You got to live without sin, man. That's close as you can.
1 John 3 and 4. This is going to do to me. You ain't got to study all day. What is sin? Everything you said is right. What is sin?
Anything that's in the flesh, bro.
So you do believe in the Bible, right?
I believe in the Bible and the Quran.
All right. Let's see what sin is, all right?
Book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
So sin is transgression of the law, right? Right? So according to the Bible, it's transgressing the law. So if you breaking the commandments, you're in sin. So you saying to live righteously is not to sin, right? So you ain't saying nothing wrong, that's true. Are you in sin? All right, brother, so you gotta come out of sin. But you gotta know who you are first, man, or you gotta go do it. So you see how they destroyed our people? Like, look at you.
That's why the Lord said we become astonished, shaking of the head among the nations. Among the heathen. See how you out here? It's because you destroyed it. You don't know who you
See,
are.
think about it. Man. You got sneakers on just like me, man. And really, me having my pants down, that's just style and culture and expressing themselves. It's not out of order.
What
Who's
is
to
your
say pants up is order? I mean, who's to
The
say
Lord.
that, man? Who's to say that?
The Lord. You say you believe in the Bible, so you got to be in order. The Lord gave us a dress code.
He said if you ain't lawless,
That's
you feel me?
a prison. That comes
Ain't
from the
nothing.
prison,
Ain't,
man.
ain't,
Homosexuality. That's where it comes from, bro. But you gonna be destroyed. You gotta be. That's real, brother. That's real, brother.
Because that homosexual shit ain't allowed. Ain't allowed. Just even that mention.
I didn't say you were. I'm saying that the trait. You said that's your culture. That is not our culture.
Chris Cross came out with a song, man.
So you follow Chris Cross. So the hell with the Most High. So you follow Chris Cross.
What you mean the Most High? I'm not out lawless. You see
said
my
Chris
dick
Cross,
out. You see my ass out, bro. You see me out here lawless, bro. I'm covered up just like you, bro. Can't nobody see no more on you than they can on me, bro.
But what I'm saying
What makes me lawless, bro?
You said you got that.
What makes me disrespectful?
It's not me, brother. The Lord said breaking the
Show it
law,
to me.
transgressing the law. We just read it.
Give it to me. What's the transgression of the law? Because there's nothing.
Fine.
There's nothing lawless. Tell me what's lawless about what I'm doing, man. Cause my shit's down a few inches, bro. There's nothing out, bro. There's nothing out.
Bro, you say you believe in the Quran and the Bible. That's confusion, brother. We're trying to show you this your history book. It's only talking about.
Why is it confusion?
Because
that's the God of Abraham. They both the God of Abraham. Why is it confusion?
So Allah is
Allah is God. Allah is God. Yahweh.
Brother.
Jehovah. It's the same
What
thing.
What does Quran mean? What does the word Quran mean?
What do you mean? What does the word Quran mean?
That's what I mean. What does the word Quran mean? It's a meaning behind the etymology of the word. It means to recite, right?
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that.
So it means they're reciting the Torah, the Bible.
Right, yeah.
Right. So Muhammad's not in the Bible. So when you go into captivity,
Jesus in the Torah? Is Jesus in the Torah?
Yes.
No, he's not.
Yes. Listen.
Not as the Messiah. Not as the Messiah. Not as the Son of God.
Listen. When you go into captivity,
What did I say that's wrong?
when you go into captivity, I'm not saying you said it wrong. I was we just having a dialogue. When you go into captivity, they push religion on you. So during the sub-Saharan slave trade, they gave us Islam, just like
Take a picture of the band that's homeless and they will remember it.
But they always use our books because they don't want us to know who we are. So they use our books for this. So that's all they did was we know the history behind all that, but you got to give us a chance to teach. They took our books because they were trying to keep our customs to be like us. And then they put it on us. How you doing, brother, man? I'm laughing.
I agree with you.
So what we tell you is, the Most High Yahweh, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is not the same God of Israel. Allah is an Arabic word.
I didn't say it's the same thing.
I know, but you just
I said
you
God of
basically
Abraham. That's what I said.
okay, that's what I'm saying. God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is the God of the Bible.
Abraham, Noah, they're in the Quran too. They're the same story. Have you read the Quran?
Yes.
Have you read it? It's
not
the
listening.
same. It's the same
We
story.
know that we just told the Quran means to recite. So they took it.
I understand what you're saying, right? But me, I've searched my own religion. This is how I feel. I don't even feel like that's even a discussion. If you show praise to God, and I can find that in the Quran and the Bible and the Torah, I'm gonna go through all books and I'm gonna find something that I feel I can take out of all of those books. Because
Is there a prophecy in the Quran?
I'm not gonna dispute Jesus, Muhammad. I'm not even gonna go there. All I'm saying is I hop over all of that and give respect to the Most High, just like the Quran does. Sort it out. I mean, it's history. We here and now. I just want to get closer to God. I don't even want to argue about this.
So how you gonna get close to God?
This is
Tell me, that's about to happen. Tell me, is this in the Quran? Read this.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So the Lord is going to bring us into slavery again with what?
Ships.
Is that in the Bible? How do we get over here?
How do we get here? Did we take the U.S. airlines?
Did we get?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Did they go into slavery on ships in the Bible?
Yeah, but we Israelites and we're supposed to be.
Hold on. Did that happen in the Bible?
No. It happened right here. So that's a future prophecy.
Right?
Is there any prophecies in the Quran? No. So who is this talking to?
I'm not disputing.
I'm just asking you who is this talking about? Because you said you just said we Israelites, right? So when I ask you your nationality, you should just say I'm an Israelite.
I said what they so-called label us as is African American. I said
But-
you got the tribes there.
But what did God say? God telling you who you are.
Man, look, there's a lot of discrepancies.
Brother, you just being rebellious, brother.
You never gonna iron it all
Yeah.
out, bro. The Bible will tell you that we Gentiles, that we really ain't even
But when did the
Israelites,
Bible
and
say- when did the Bible say
we
that?
ain't even chosen, and we ain't even supposed to be chosen.
Brother,
That's what they
telling
were.
you
That's
is, what we
what
telling you is, everything you saying we understand, brother, because we just think that too. But you didn't read that in the Bible. That's the percent. That's what people. That's what they was taught.
That's what I take.
And you was taught that, brother. You
That's
didn't
what I
read that.
take. You just said that. You just said that that those books were corrupted. So
No, I
gotta
didn't
go
say
in-
that.
They were though.
I said the Quran took it. How is it correct that we just read our history in the Bible?
Here's what I'm saying. That don't mean that everything that was put down there, man, that shit wasn't touched by man. That don't
Let's
mean
see.
that, bro.
All right.
You feel me?
All right,
But
let's see. Give us a chance,
shit
brother.
been transcribed through a lot of generations, man, and a lot of time, bro.
All right,
You
but
say
let's
that
see.
that's correct. And
Give
to
us
the
a
law,
chance, brother.
the letter of the law, that's kind of.
Give us a chance, brother. All right, listen. All right, you gotta listen. Get it to listen. Give me Psalms 49 and 11. Yeah, read this.
I'm gonna show you this your history book, and it ain't nothing flawed about it.
Book of Psalm chapter 49 verse 11. The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and the dwelling places to all generations.
That's America. Think this gonna last forever, right?
They call their lands after their own names.
So that's why when you read the Bible, you don't know what's going on because they called the lands after their own name. So who is America named after? Because that ain't in the Bible. An Italian map maker named Amerigo Vespucci. Africa is not in the Bible. The Lord never called that place Africa. It's named after Cornelius Scipio Africanus, another white man, right? So when we call ourselves African American, we're calling ourselves the two white men. But what the Lord say, read?
They call their lands after their own
So
names.
the Bible said that they was going to do that. So that's why you don't know who the Moabites are. You don't know, people don't know who the Israelites are. That's why you can have people in your homeland stealing your identity, saying that they're the Jewish. Right? Give me Psalm 83. All right, just listen.
Book of Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
So he's making a distinction between two groups of people. He said they, one party, has taken crafty counsel against my people. What is crafty? Like being sneaky, being wicked. Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
We the hidden ones. Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
These other nations said we gotta cut these. We cannot let these people know that they are one mighty nation. That they're the chosen people of God. We gotta cut them off. Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the what?
Name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more remembered. That prophecy is fulfilled. So now you got a bunch of niggas in America, Haitians, Jamaicans, African. None of that's in the Bible. So they succeeded at that. Read on. The Lord is going to tell you. He's going to name the people. Read.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are
Now these nations, they fight over trade. They fight over they war against each other. They have all types of problems, right? But one thing they all agree on, they all come together on. Read.
they are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom
The so-called white man, read.
and the Ishmaelites
The Arabs are people who gave us Islam, read.
of Moab
The Chinaman,
and the Hungarians,
an African nation.
Gabal.
We got Africans, read.
Gebal and Ammon
The Japanese,
and Amalek,
the Amalek is the grandson of Esau. Those are the so-called Jewish who funded the wood and the lumber for the slaves. Read.
the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
So the Lord is basically naming all other nations have had a hand in our captivity of destroying these people on this side. Right? Go back to Deuteronomy 28. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15 real quick for the book. Nah, you ain't got to get there yet. We're good.
Book of
I
Deuteronomy,
just want him to see where we coming from. Read.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15.
And in Deuteronomy, we know he's talking to the children of Israel. He's not talking to all nations. Read.
But it shall come to pass,
He read the Quran, so he understands. He read.
but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee,
All these what?
curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So the Lord said, hold on. If y'all don't keep my commandments and you break my commandments and you go after other gods and you follow the other nations and do what they want to do like we do today, following behind the white man and his traditions, the Lord said all these curses are going to come upon you and overtake you. Because you got to ask yourself, because they make millions of dollars, but they make movies, they tell us about our history, they tell us we were slaves, they let us know all these things, right? But they don't tell us why. If we are equal, right, and we are one, And we should all love each other. Why we on the bottom? Why we in the hoods and the ghettos? Everywhere you go.
That's what I agreed with you. I told you, you feel me, glad why did we get cut off? And I said
Right.
we would be punished.
Right. We agree. Right. Read.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Are we cursed in the cities? We cursed in the city. We getting shot. Hey, police walking in our house, man, shooting our women down, killing our brothers, man. Read.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
That's the part we're trying to get you to understand. Because we not, I used to do the same thing. I'm not trying to judge. I'm not coming at you like that. I'm just trying to get you to understand. We became an astonishment, right? And a byword. A byword is being called outside your God-given nationality. And a proverb. So when you out like this, you become a proverb among the nations. I mean, we don't care, but that's how they look down on God's people. They say, look at these niggas. These niggas all destroyed, got their pants hanging all down. Right, that's being an astonishment among the nations. The Lord said this would happen to us. Read.
Among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people,
You know our sons and daughters were given it to another people. That's why we got their last names. Read.
and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Give me 48. And it wasn't nothing we could do to get our children back. So when Master Jackson came to Master Williams' plantation and decided to buy your kids and took them way over here, right? Because when we got here, could we speak English? No, we didn't speak the language. So everything that they learned when they left for them, they didn't learn from their mother tongue and their mothers who they were, and learned from Master Jackson plantation, right? Even the Bible. They had slave Bibles where you can only read certain scriptures out the Bible. Because they knew if we read this book, we would know who they were, who our enemy was, and who we were. And what happened with Nat Turner, they was afraid of us rising up. Because he read that book and he realized, that's why he was reading those scriptures, man. He realized who we were and what was going to happen at the end. That's why he started turning on them, man. And started putting them to death, man. Read. Because he know those people are the enemies of the Most High, man. Read.
Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So in hunger, where you gotta go get food? You gotta go to the grocery store. We don't own no grocery stores. We gotta go to our enemies, even to feed ourselves. So even if you got a job, when you get paid, you gotta give it right back to them. So they always prospering off of us. Read.
And in thirst,
Water, that's a curse to have to buy water. You don't pay your water bill, this man come cut your water off. Who put the cement down? The so-called white man put it down. But nobody paid for water, it's free. We don't drink it because you contaminating the water. They put all types of chemicals in the water now.
and in nakedness,
We don't want clothes. We don't own no textile mills. We got to go to the other nations to put clothes on our back. The Lord said that's a curse.
and in want of all things.
So if you want an education, you got to go to this man. And guess what? That's why we all confused. Because he's going to tell you his story. He's going to tell you the truth. Right? You got to go learn from this man. If he didn't treat you right, what makes you think he's going to teach you right? Right? So that's why we got all these philosophies and all these different religions. It's set up to confuse you. We just read in Psalms 83, crafty count. That's all crafty counsel. All these religions, Hindu, Buddhism, it's all crafty.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Everybody know we have yokes of iron on our neck. So everybody don't fit these curses, only we do. That's how we know that's who we are.
Until he has
So now, brother, you don't got a yoke of iron on your neck. It's like if I got a pit bull, right? I got it on my chain. Every time I go to that truck, I take the chain off with the dog chain. That's accident. Then we just train. We lean on our own understanding. We think we got it all made because we've been destroyed. Give me Jeremiah 17:4. Yeah, get that. And this is a mighty curse on us right here, brother. This is going to resonate with you. Read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate,
So we used to be tender and delicate. How you doing, brother? How your family doing? How can I help you? That's how we used to be amongst each other. But what the Lord said was going to happen to us. Read.
his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
What are we to each other now?
Evil towards his brother.
That's why we killing each other. That's why we hate each other. That's why we can't learn from another brother. A lot of brothers, they come up, they disrespectful, but we know if we was white mans in suits, they wouldn't act like that toward them. We understand our eyes evil toward each other. Read.
Brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Who's going to believe that children? You know, a lot of our people grow up like their father. First, man. Right? Your father's not going to be able to lead you. Give me Jeremiah 17. So I'm going precept upon precept, line upon line. Understand the Bible. right? The Lord said, my sheep hear my voice. So he was only going to give the word, right, to a select number of people. That's why we on the streets. That's why we ain't in the church. Right? That's why we ain't asking for no money, man. We out here to warn the people on this side. If you don't repent and keep the commandments in the last time, you're going to die with your enemy. Because the Lord is getting ready to destroy these people, man, and put us back on top.
Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage.
He said we were going to discontinue to cut off. Right?
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
In the land we didn't know when we got our word. Shalom, brother. So we were gonna be cut off from our heritage. So what is our heritage? Get the heritage. Let's see what our heritage is that we was cut off from. Because right now we think hip hop is our heritage, right? We think wearing Jordans, right? That's not who we are, man. Right? We've been brought down to a lower state. Jeremiah 17:11. Ecclesiastes. All right, that's cool. Read.
Book of Sirach chapter 24 verse 23. And all these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High God, even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage. Heritage.
So our heritage is this Bible, these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because he didn't give everybody the laws of the Most High, man. He only gave them to us. So that's our heritage that we discontinue from. So now we don't keep no commandments. That's why we destroy it. Right?
Hey, we didn't make it back to like.
Give me Isaiah 1 and 3. I'm going to show you something else, brother. Give me Isaiah 1 and 3. Couple more minutes, bro. We'll let you roll. Read.
Book of Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. The ox knows his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
The Lord said, these are two dumb animals. An ox and a jackass. He said an ox know who he belongs to, and a jackass know where he come from. You can drop a jackass off 4 miles down the road, he's going to find his way home. But what?
But Israel does not know.
But what?
Israel does not know.
Now these people don't know who they are. Oh, I'm Haitian, I'm Jamaican. So the Lord said, Israel don't know who they are. That's why Christ said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So this is the lost sheep. Go on.
My people do not consider.
The Lord said, we don't consider, we don't give a damn. We walking around with, hey man, I ain't worried about it. All I'm trying to do is be me. I'm just trying to be good and be righteous and just serve the Lord. The Lord said we don't consider. Read.
All sinful nation.
We a sinful nation, man. Read.
A people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken the Lord.
We've forsaken our God, man. Give me Hosea 5 and 15. So that's what the Lord said. Since y'all want to serve the other God and serve the other nation, he turned his back on us and he gave us to the hand of our enemies. Read.
Book of Hosea chapter 5 verse 15. I will go and return to my place.
That's what the Lord said to us. He said, I will go and return to my place. Come on.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
Till what?
They acknowledge their offense.
You acknowledge your offense, man. So that's why we get shot down in the streets, right? That's why we on the bottom. That's why we calling ourselves black, or Crayolas. Read.
And seek my face in their affliction, they will seek me early.
The Lord said in their affliction, they will seek me early. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Right? So you're an Israelite, more than likely from the tribe of Judah. Your father so-called black, American black. West Indian, so you from the tribe of Benjamin, man. Right, read that.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 12. And now Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
All right, now we know who we are. What now? What is that enough just to know who we are? What does the Lord require of us?
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him. To love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes which I command thee this day, for thy good.
Right. So we got to keep the commandments. Right? If you don't know the commandments, how you gonna keep the commandments? If they teaching us all our lives in church, we don't got to keep no commandments. All we got to do is believe on Jesus. How we gonna keep the commandments? That's that crafty counsel, man. Read. All right, Jay.
Are you about to go? That's it. To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes which I command thee this day for thy good.
Hey, brother. Mr. Police Officer. Mr. Police Officer.
Excuse me.
That's my truck. It's out. All right, read that. Don't give me no ticket, brother. Don't give me no ticket. Don't give me no ticket, brother. About to leave right now, brother. Right there. Oh, give me, yeah. He has the 12 and 13. So we got to keep the commandments. Why? Let's get some commandments. Give me, Exodus 20. Let's get some commandments we should be keeping in these last days. I mean, give me, Numbers 15:38. Give me Numbers 15:38.
Book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel,
Speak to everybody.
children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So the Lord gave us a dress code. He said, bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments, read.
Throughout their generation.
Now, when Jesus comes, we ain't got to do it no more.
Throughout their generation.
So we still generating, we still having kids, so we still got to be doing it, read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Got a ribbon of blue. See?
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So this is going to help you remember the other commandments, because we need a reminder, because Israel kept sinning, we kept going off. What we do, we would sin, and then we go bring another burnt offering, and then just and go back and keep sinning, right? Read.
And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring.
After we used to go home. So like when you chill, when I'm in the store, man, and I see sister walking by and she got tights on and her butt all out, you know what I mean? I look on my fringe and I remember to keep the commandment, don't lust after my sister. Right? So this is the dress code that he gave. That's just one commandment. Give me Leviticus 11 and 7. Right? Let's get another commandment for the brother, right? This is your wisdom, man. Right? Read.
Book of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7. And the swine,
You know what the swine is? Read.
though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass
No scales, no bones.
Right, all praises. So the brother already know. All praises. Right? You don't eat it, right? All praises, man. 21 and 5. Yeah, you can bring that up.
Book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day and keep.
Do what?
Remember the Sabbath day.
So the Lord knew we would forget when we got on captivity. So the Lord said we would have to remember the Sabbath day in our captivity. Read.
To keep it holy.
Because now they tell us Sunday morning. Read. To do what?
To keep it holy.
Holy means separate. To keep it separate from the other days. Read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath day of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy sons nor thy daughters.
So there's no working on the Sabbath day. No cooking, no buying, and no selling. So today is a Sabbath day. So we shouldn't be buying nothing, selling, or cooking. Imagine if all our people kept the Sabbath day. Their economy would be destroyed. If we stopped going to their stores and buying just on one day. Because our community, these people on this side, they say it's like $1 trillion. That's how much money we spend, man. That's why the Lord said we the salt of the earth, man. We the flavor of the earth, man. You take these people out the world, this place would be nothing, man. Right? Who own all the sports teams? Right. Who are people coming to see though? Right. You know what I mean? So that's what the Lord is telling us, to separate from these people. Give me Leviticus 20 and 26. Deuteronomy 76. Right?
They all say, all right, bring it.
Book of Leviticus chapter 21 verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
So the Lord said, the Israelite man is supposed to have a beard on his face, right? You're not supposed to, you can trim it and make it look nice, but you can't cut into it. Right? Read.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter
Because they say we are equal. Let's see what the Lord said. Read.
7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Meaning you separate. Read.
The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
What that sound like? Read it again.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
He's saying these people on this side
We chosen, we were special.
to be above all people, right? So we're not equal to no, but we've been brought down to a lower state. Now we're on the bottom. Right? Give me 1 Kings 8 and 47 real quick. So what we're showing you of this whole book from Genesis to Revelation is talking about the people on this side. Right? They included themselves and made it a universal book when they brought and came and gave us this image. But we know that man ain't in there. That's Caesar Borgia, man. Right? The son of Pope Alexander VI, sixth of Rome. Right? He painted that image of us. Hey, we can show you that in the Bible. The Bible told you what was going to happen. Read.
Book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, verse 47. Yet if they yet if they shall bethink themselves
So the Lord said if we will rethink ourselves, come on,
in the land whither they were carried captive,
we in the land we was carried captive. So in this land, the Lord said if we rethink ourselves, come on,
and repent,
And do what?
repent,
Come on.
and make supplications unto thee in the land of them that are carried them captive, saying, we have sinned and have done perversely, we have committed wickedness,
meaning acknowledge our sin, acknowledge that we turned against our God, man, and we sinned. Read.
and so return unto thee with all their heart and with all their soul in the land of their enemies,
In the land of who?
their enemies,
In the land of our enemies. Read.
which led them away captive,
So the Bible's telling you the people that did this to you are your enemies. Read.
and pray unto thee towards their land,
So what?
their
So
land,
when we pray, you pray towards the east. That's our homeland, Jerusalem. Read.
which thou gavest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have built for thy name, then hear thou their prayer,
Then he's going to hear our prayer. Come on.
and their supplications in heaven thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause.
He's going to maintain our cause, meaning what? He's going to fight for us, man. He's going to come destroy these people, man. Right? For us. But first, we got to get our house in order. We got to gather the tribes together. Give me Zephaniah 2 and 1. Because this is what we should be doing in these last days, man. Separating from these people, man. Read.
Book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourself together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
The Lord said, gather yourselves together. Nation not desired. We the nation not desired. Who they trying to keep out by building the wall? That's our people, man. The Lord said we supposed to be gathering together. We the nation that's not desired. Ain't they gentrifying our neighborhoods? Right? Trying to kill us out, man. Stealing our organs, man. Destroying us. So the Bible is telling us, man. Give me Zechariah 11 and 5 real quick. Right? Because, hey, man, people mad Trump went into office because they wanted Hillary Clinton. But what they don't know about Hillary, she's the reason for mass incarceration, man. Right? Hey, I'd rather have him in there. At least he's going to tell you straight up. Right? They all feel the same. They just hide it. They mad at him because he's pulling back the onion on America. He's showing, that's like lifting up the skirt on a girl who ain't got no panties on. That's America. The onion has been peeled back. She's been exposed in these last days. That man, the Lord said that man of sin must be revealed, and we're revealing that man of sin. Esau, the so-called white man, and all his children. Because they're all accessories in the, and we could commit a crime, let's say we in our car, right? And I go and rob the bank, but you just driving. Hey, they gonna charge you too. But this man is a hypocrite, right? Because they benefiting off slavery. When did they come and say, let's get a Native American Indians back to land, let's go back to the clefts of the rock, let's go back into the caves? They're not gonna do that. Is there a statute of limitation on justice? This man say no. That's how Bill Cosby can go get put to jail and go get arrested. But the woman that got Emmett Till killed, the white woman, right? They didn't put her in jail. She came out and admitted she got him killed. Right? You see the hypocrisy? Read this.
Book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5.
Let's see what else is prophesied in the Bible. Read.
Whose possessors slay them,
Our possessors of these so-called white people, they slayers. The police shooters down the street. Read.
and hold themselves not guilty.
And they hold themselves not guilty. It's on video, right? They hold themselves not guilty because it's in the power of their hands, right?
And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
Hey, they got the Bible in the church, and then they swear on the Bible and say, the Lord is blessed. They say, God bless America, right? But the Bible say, God damn America, right? Right? He's about to destroy this place. Give me Job 9 and 24. And we got to understand what we're dealing with, man. Right? Read.
Book of Job.
And that's why they can't stand out here and read no Bible. That's why they just staying out there. Right? Where in the Bible did the prophets, they just standing out there? No, we prophesying. We going in the book. Precept upon. They can't do that, man. Right? That's why they just standing out. People love these people, man. Right? Read.
Book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
We all know who run the earth. Who got all the resources. Right? Read.
He covers the faces of the judges thereof.
He did what? He covered the faces of the judges. He made everybody in the book white. So when our kids go watch the movies, Passion of the Christ, everybody white. King David, Moses white. But the Bible said they man of color. Wait.
Book of 1 Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen
Book of the law is the Bible. Let's see what the Bible said they would do. Read.
wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
They painted the likeness of their images. That's what this damn Edomite is doing, man. He's covering up the black images. That's an actual picture, man. The Russian icons. They went and painted all of our images and made it look like them. Read.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
And the Most High say, hey man, if this man ain't the devil just means to deceive. He deceived the whole world. He said, if the so-called white man ain't the devil, you tell me where and who he is. You show me somebody more wicked than this man, who's committed more murder, right? More theft, more rape than this man has. Who's stolen more lands and bombed more countries than this man has. Right? Give me Revelation 13 and 9. Because this is important in these last days. And this is the end of the book. This is the Revelation. Read.
Book of Revelation chapter 13 verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Who led us into captivity? We don't.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Hey, who killed us with the sword? Who killed 77 million Native American Indians from the tribe of Gad and stole their land? Hey, who did Isaac tell was going to bless them and had the fatness of the earth and he was going to live by the sword? Esau. Hey, the Bible's a true book that this man has lived by the sword, man. Right, his modern day sword is his gun, man, and his bombs. Read. Give me Isaiah 14:21.
Book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children,
Slaughter is mass genocide, mass killing. Read.
for the iniquity of their fathers.
So all these so-called white people walking around here, man, the Lord said prepare slaughter for them, man. Right? Death and destruction is coming to these people, man. Read.
That they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the faces of the world with cities.
Right, because when this man is in power and rulership, when he built his cities, man, it's nothing but wickedness, man. Right? It's nothing. That's why you be yeah, bring that up. You be nothing, man. Because he think he gonna get away, man. That's why he tell us forgive and forget. Right? Hey, the Lord said, remember, oh Lord, remember the children of Israel. When he tell us to forget this, when he tell you remember the Alamo, we gotta remember 9/11. We gotta remember Christopher killing Columbus. Right? That's a hypocrite.
Book of Numbers chapter 35 verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land,
The Lord said blood defiles the land. Come on.
and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein.
So no matter how much they kill us in the streets, this land will never be cleansed in our blood. Read.
But by the blood of him that shed it.
But this man's blood gotta be shed, man. His children gotta die, man. He gotta go into captivity and chains. Give me Isaiah 14 and 1. Because Pastor don't read these scriptures, right? This one Nat Turner opened that Bible when he snuck and he was reading. This what he was reading, man. Give me Isaiah 14 and 1. Because this is an eschatological prophecy. This means this is end time prophecy. And that's why it's important for you to come back to who you are and keep these commandments. Because you don't want to miss out on this. Read.
Book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel,
So at the end of the day, he's going to choose us. Read.
and set them in their own land.
Why? Because we've been taken and brought to a land and scattered in slavery. We've been taken out of our land. Read.
And the stranger shall be joined with them,
These are the strangers right here, man. The other nations, they coming too. Read.
and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
I'm going to ask them to come.
Take them and bring them to their place.
We're going to take them up like they came and took us, and we're going to bring them to our land. Read.
And the house of Israel shall possess them
We're going to possess them. Just like they possessed us and put their names on us. Read.
in the land of the Lord for servants,
The land of the Lord is the kingdom of heaven. For what?
for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were.
So God is just. We're going to take them captives because we was their captives. Read.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
We're going to rule over them like they're ruling over us today. Just like the white man can pull you over and ask you where you going. Let me see your ID. We're going to rule over them. Read.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow
So we need rest, man. Read.
and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
Right, so the Lord is going to give us rest from this hard bondage where we were made to serve. So they teaching something different is what we're telling you than what the Bible is actually saying. Right, that's why they can't do it. That's why you go to church and pastor pull one scripture and preach for 4 hours. How you preach for 4 hours and you're not reading the Bible? It's just a big show, a concert.
I'm just like
You
drinking.
know what I mean? Just to take your money. So you don't know the Bible. Bring out.
Talk about places back in our own land. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries.
And the Lord is doing that now. That's why they got brothers set up. That's why the Israelites are on the streets, man. To teach our teacher, brother, what's your nationality? Bring you back to your nationality. Come back to keeping the commandments. This is how the Lord is going to raise us up in the last days. Because we are the army of the Lord. That's why the Lord said, with thee will I break in pieces the nation. So that the Lord is going to use us to destroy these people, man.
And will bring you into your own land. Then I will sprinkle clean water up upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness and from all your idols which I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart of your flesh, and will give you a heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them.
Right, so we're going to be immortal. Right, in the kingdom, man. And they're going to be bowing down to us, man. Give me Revelation 3 and 9. Right, they're going to bow down on our feet and lick up the dust, man. So right now, they look at these niggas, how they treat us, and look, we go in their stores, how they act. Hey, the Lord said, man, they're going to bow down, man.
Book of Revelation chapter 3 verse 9. Behold, I will make them the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are...
Hey, who said, do we say we Jews today? No, this white man who calling himself a Jew.
Which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie.
Man, they nothing but liars, man.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
They're going to know that the Lord loved us, man, all this time. And they're going to bow down to our feet. This is what they don't want you to know. Right? Give me Acts 5 and 29. Give me Acts 5. Let's go into the gospel. Let's see if the New Testament is saying anything different. Right? I know you're not sure, but you're going into captivity, so get ready to go into captivity, man.
Right.
Right? You too, Moab. Right? The Silk Road slave trade, man. The China's they think we forgot, man. They had us in captivity then, man. Right? Who built the China Wall? The Great Wall of China, we did. Israelites, man. We built this whole earth, man. Read.
Book of Acts chapter 5 verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
No, listen to Joel Osteen.
We ought to obey God rather than men.
The white skinhead.
We ought to obey God rather than men.
So we got to go into the book and listen to our God. Read.
The God of our fathers raised up Yahushua, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree. Him hath Yahweh exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel.
Not the whole world.
Israel.
The white man.
Israel.
For us. Read.
And forgiveness of sins.
Because we need forgiveness of our sins. Give me Joel 2 and 27. Right? So repentance, he only came back for us, man. Right? He didn't come back for these heathen. Why you gonna come back for them? Right? Pierce this side, man. He coming back to destroy them for what they did, man. Read what you got.
Book of Joel chapter 2 verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed.
Right. So he's only the God of Israel, man. Give me Luke 1 and 68. Right? That's why in the church they don't read the Bible. They can't read the Bible, man. Give me Luke first. Give me Luke first, man. And that's the wide gate, man, because Sunday morning, tomorrow morning, all over the world, those churches are going to be packed. Hey, you got churches with 20,000 people in there, man. Those, what they call them, mega churches. And that's the wide gate, man. All these religions, man, that's the wide gate, man. Right, the Lord said, enter ye in the straight gate, man, the narrow gate, man. Read.
Book of Luke chapter 1 verse 68. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel.
No, the God of everybody.
Of Israel.
Why do we keep reading about us everywhere? We done went to the Revelations, New Testament, Old Testament. We went in the prophets, we went in the Psalms, we went in the Torah. Read.
For he hath visited and redeemed his people.
His people. That's a good. Come on.
And hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David,
in the house of his servant David, come on.
as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets.
Hey, because Christians say today, we saved, they say they already saved. What are you saved from? If you already saved, this is what they talk, when they talk about this guy. What are you saved from? You still getting shot down in the street, you still gotta go to work. Right, you can get robbed. Read.
Which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies.
We shall be saved from our enemies. Read.
And from the hand of all that hate us.
From the hand of all that hate us. That's salvation, man. Being out of the hands of these people, being out of this land and in our own land, man. Being kings on the earth again, man. Right? Give me Amos 3 and 2. Because if God was dealing with everybody, why wasn't everybody on these ships? Because we was given the commandments of God, man. Right? Read.
Book of Amos chapter 3 verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
The Lord said, we don't, look at this man right here, man. Is that man right or is that man right? What that man? Right.
Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So he said, I'm going to punish, just like if you got a son. Right? If you got a son and he invite his friends to your house and you get home and they tore up your house, what you going to do? You're going to send his friends home and you're going to deal with your son. That's what the Lord said. Therefore I will punish you for your iniquity because you are my people, man. Right? Give me Exodus 4 and 22. Right? What are we doing? We read the Bible, we show you that this is your book. The Lord is talking to you the whole time. Read. That's why they don't really believe, man. They can't believe in this book, man. Right? Because America say you can be a homosexual, but the Bible speaks against that. But they say in God we trust. They don't trust in the Lord, man. Right, right. But what I'm trying to show you is, I understand what I said, because I would have got mad too. But what I'm trying to show you is, that's part of coming back to your heritage, coming back to your home. Pulling your pants up, man, and stop being an astonishment. Right? Being a man. Right? Being an Israelite man. A righteous man. Right? I'm going to just put it like this real quick.
Book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 22. Abstain from all appearance of evil.
Abstain from all appearance of evil. So even though you saying you may not be that way, but hey man, we know where it come from and why people will do it, why people hang their, have half of their butt out.